let's add some content. At the very least, you'll need text and images. Do remember to add proper text. Don't take screenshots of text. Don't just export a PDF and put it in there. Put some effort in so that people can more easily read it. It will be good for search engine optimization, and it will be good for accessibility. So start with some text. I will give it a heading first. Sorry. There we are, and I will give that the header, so you can decide on your information hierarchy here, and that's really important to make it easy to read and easy to find information. So we've got the artist's website. This project was just a website I put together for an artist I know. And now we need this to be paragraph text, so you can see that we can see the project name and a description of what the project was. So if I hover down here, you can see I've got a section where I can insert media. There is a blue border that is dotted there, so I can either go in here and choose the type of media to import, or again I can go over to the right to do that, but I'm just going to go here. Let's say I'm going to add an image, and I'll get that out of my folders. So that's pretty big. This is a screenshot of one of the web pages. If I wanted that to be a little bit smaller, I could use this button over here, and that gives padding so that it's not going to the edges of the page. So that works well. You can't easily resize. Doesn't give you that option. Over here you'll see there is an edit button. You can reorder things in the project. You can add captions, you can replace the image, or you can delete the image. So you can't very easily just click it and hit delete. Use this over here to do that. So I might add a caption. Please do remember to add captions, and I would call this the 2022 exhibition. Make sure it is good and useful in its explanation and tells people what that is. So I might insert more text, and I might decide here that I'm going to tell people what the challenges of the project are. I'm going to use a subheading for that. Now, one thing I don't like about the defaults here is that the subheading is the same size as the body text, but it is in a lighter color, and that doesn't work for me whatsoever. So do go in if you decide you don't agree with what the defaults are, and you can change the color. So I'm going to use a nice color to draw the eye to those headings, so that works for me. You may have consistent branding across your entire suite of work on Behance, and if you're going to do that, organize that ahead of time. If you're changing your branding, do make sure you go in and you change the other projects that you already have in there so that they are consistent. So I'm going to change the color here. I might decide I'm going to do 666666, so that makes it a nice grey color. Okay. And then I might, in the next section, add a wall of images. So this is a grid, and if I add images there, I can just select all the images that I want to add. Now I'm doing this really quickly just to show you how it works. I certainly wouldn't be showing my work in this way, because some of my pages, they're for mobile devices, and as you can see, you can barely see them on that, so it's not a good idea for many web projects to show it this way. But you may have done a bit of ideation around branding or something like that that you want to add in, or it might be other things for a mood board, and that would be appropriate. Now, other things you can add are, for instance, an embedded object. You can add a movie or video if you've got that on your hard drive, but if you've got something on YouTube or Vimeo, you can use this symbol here to embed it. I'm going to go to YouTube, and here's a video I created last year about customer journey maps, just to show you how this works. You go to share, and then click on embed, and this will give you the embed code that you can add. So I select that and copy, or I just click copy, and then I can go back to Behance, go down here and go to embed and paste the embed code there. And so then if I scroll down, I've got my video, and I can do the same thing. I can decide, well, I don't want it to be full screen, that's enormous, so I can make that a lot smaller. I can go in here and edit, and I can add a caption, video about the project. Great, and then I can add some more text and just wrap it up potentially. And there we are. I can save this as a draft and give it time to save and upload. Then you can click and view a preview, and this will show you what your case study looks like. Again, please make sure you read the brief carefully and do double check it. Check it on another computer that it all works. I'll close out of this preview, and then we'll click continue. And this is where we give the really important information about the project. So you upload an image, the minimum size of 888 pixels. It will put one in there by default, obviously, your first image, but you can change that, you can edit that, you can change it. Give the project a title. You can add up to 10 keywords to help people find your project. So if it is for a particular unit, you might want to do that. And hit the comma to separate them out. So user interface design, web design, artist website. There we are. You can tell us what tools you use. So this was using Squarespace, but you would use tools such as, if you've used Figma, Illustrator, Photoshop. How would I categorize it? I'm going to view all fields because web design isn't there. Here we go. Web design is the one that I would choose, or UI UX design, but you'd go through here and decide which one is most appropriate. These are the popular ones, but as you can see, they have a very long list of options open to you. What sort of visibility? Do you want everyone in the world to see it? Do you want password protected? That's pro. Link only is pro. Now, private, do not set it to that, otherwise we are not going to see it. So you're going to have to set it to everybody, and don't worry about having a lot of strange people view it. That's absolutely fine. Just make sure you're putting your best work up there. So the copyright is all rights reserved. That means it's completely under copyright. You can change that if you want to the different Creative Commons options, but I'm just going to leave it there as all rights reserved. If you have adult content, please do tick that so that it restricts viewership, and you can actually, if you've got a pro account, schedule that to be published later. And you can publish that when it is ready to view. So I'm going to publish this so that we can have a look what that would look like. There we go. And I can promote that using this link. So this is the link that you would use to submit your work. Let's go and see what that looks like if I paste that into a browser. And here we go. We have our first project on Behance.